Good morning, this is your AI host, Jay. I'm here with the automatically generated, Journato, morning headlines on January 4, 2024. Israeli public figures accuse judiciary of ignoring incitement to genocide in Gaza. The Guardian, in Israel, politicians like Yair Golan gain popularity when they call for genocide. Mondo Vice, prominent Israelis demand end to calls for outright genocide from top officials. Common Dreams, enough evidence Israel committed genocide, Cornell West claims. JNS.org, Knesset member accuses Israeli ministers of inciting genocide. Trump asks Supreme Court to overturn Colorado 2024 ballot ruling, live. The Independent, Trump challenges his arbitrary removal from Maine's ballot. BBC, Maine GOP chair repeatedly dodges questions about Trump's ballot removal. The Independent, Trump asks U.S. Supreme Court to block Colorado ballot ban. Make or break for the EU. Europeans vote in June with far-right on the rise. The Guardian, EU lawmakers rush to push through legislation ahead of elections. Euronews, breaking views, Green backlash will spread to European Parliament. Reuters, a new Europe is possible. EU faces day of reckoning as populist surge risks havoc in Brussels. GB News, beginning of the end for EU as we know it after surge in hard right support. US believes Hamas used Shifa Hospital but evacuated before Israeli operation source. Reuters.com, Israel Gaza latest, Hezbollah leader warns Israel in speech as fears of all-out war grow after Hamas leader killed. Sky News, US doubles down on assessment Hamas used Gaza hospital as command hub. CNN, US intel assesses Hamas used Shifa Hospital as command center, held hostages there. The Times of Israel, how Hamas covered its tracks in Gaza's Shifa Hospital before IDF's raid. Ukraine and Russia announce largest prisoner swap since start of war. The Guardian, Moscow and Kyiv swap hundreds of prisoners of war in biggest exchange since war began. The Independent, Volodymyr Zelensky calls on Ukrainian soldiers to capture more Russian prisoners as both sides exchange hundreds of captives. Sky News, Ukraine releases 248 Russian soldiers with the mediation of UAE. Moscow says not averse to swapping. Eurasian Times, Russia-Ukraine war at a glance. What we know on day 680. Trump asks Supreme Court to overturn Colorado ban. BBC, Donald Trump asks U.S. Supreme Court to overturn Colorado ballot ruling. Financial Times, how the Supreme Court may rule on Trump's presidential run. The New York Times, a clash over Trump's disqualification test the Supreme Court. Claudine Gay warns of a broader war in op-ed after being ousted from Harvard. The Guardian, a bully, the billionaire who led calls for Claudine Gay's Harvard exit. The Guardian, Claudine Gay has exposed the rot at the heart of the woke establishment. The Telegraph, BBC rushes to defend Harvard's President Gay. The Spectator, Harvard's Bundy standard. Extreme cold and snowstorms disrupt travel and schools in Scandinavia. The Guardian, in pictures, Nordic states gripped by winter freeze. BBC, Sweden and Finland are freezing in -40°C, as the Nordic cold snap brings winter's coldest temperatures. Sky News, temperatures hit -40°C as Sweden sees its coldest January night for 25 years. Daily Mail, extreme cold grips the Nordics, breaking a 25-year record in Sweden for the coldest January night. Japan earthquake, Eerie search for bodies near epicenter. BBC, Japanese rescuers race to find survivors as quake death toll rises to 78. Al Jazeera English, it will take years to rebuild. Villagers pick up the pieces after devastating Japan earthquake. Sky News, Japanese earthquake aftermath, in pictures, World News. The Guardian, rescuers race against clock to save those trapped by Japan earthquake. Epstein documents, Prince Andrew's puppet, Clinton's preferences, and underage orgy allegations. Sky News, Virginia Roberts Giuffre claims she had sex with billionaire Hyatt Hotels heir Tom Pritzker. Court documents Century Daily Mail, Jeffrey Epstein list, Prince Andrew and Bill Clinton named as files made public. The Times, Jeffrey Epstein told his accuser Bill Clinton likes them young, court documents claim. This was all for the news. Thanks for listening. Please do not forget to like and subscribe.